We return on the eve of battle. Fleets inbound to Osiris, Palai, Juka, and Ravati even now, as well as an invading and Terran fleet en route to Avalar. We've assembled Fleet Avalar, pulled together from ships from all across the western portion of the Pocket Dimension. Captains have been instructed to attempt to capture one of the two Terran cruisers. The tech priests have assured me there is a chance, but at all times the Terrans essentially have what's called we'd call a dead man's trigger. If the last of them are to fall on one of their ships, the biosensors on the ship will destroy it automatically to prevent it from being captured by Xenos such as us. But with some modifications to the powered suits, there is a slim chance that some of our Marines may be able to disable the dead man switch before the self-destruct command can be sent to the ship's warp core. It'll be a tough fight no matter what, but we should have more than sufficient ships of the line there, and obviously more than enough Marines. So we'll see what happens. But warfare across the entire Pocket Dimension at this point. I don't know that there's much to look at in the lead up to this fight. We have more than enough firepower to finish scouring away all the Xenos at this point, with tons of defensive structure, production capabilities, more than enough food, freighters, and even our spies have been able to capture technology up to this point. There's really nothing standing in our way, and if possible, we will find a gateway to punch through the event horizon of our Pocket Dimension, possibly to go after the Terrans wherever they may dwell, or to return to normal space. So we will advance the turn. Combat at Osiris. We have 2 destroyers, 1 battleship, 4 transport ships, although the transport ships will have no part in this, and a battle station defending that planet. Gold deposits on the surface. I wouldn't mind some gold deposits. As always, we will attempt to capture as many Xeno ships as possible. At the very least, we'll dissect them for credits, harvesting their resources, and potentially capturing new technologies off of them. I'm checking for leaders quickly. There are no leaders left to them. As always, we shall attempt to... Well, there's no planetary surface, so that makes that quite a bit easier. I will hold fire on everything. We'll simply advance the fleet. Once they were within range, we'll attempt capture. I can't imagine any of their ships will prove any challenge for us. The actual void craft of theirs are unable to contact us in any way. We'll fire everything we have upon the Dreadwing here. At the very least, we need to punch through that shield that's not quite down yet, and we will wait our action. See if we can get this ship properly immobilized here. Incoming torpedoes. Shield should be able to absorb that, so let's do this. Let's disable the nukes. And we'll fire everything onto the ship. Of course, we don't want to destroy the battleship if we can. The front shields are down. We will ignore the missile alert. We'll move in the rest of the way there, closing the gap. And we will hit done. No need to wait turn on that. We'll advance this ship forward. Firing our PDs against 9 incoming missiles. No hits scored. We're having a heck of a time targeting those smaller missiles and fighters at this point. It's quite frustrating. I don't know another way to put it. No missiles to disable, but yeah, we will ignore the missile warning. We'll close in the gap. They punched our shields and did quite a bit of damage to the armor. But let's... I'm going to disable the death rays there, and we'll see if we can immobilize the ship. She is immobilized, and we'll attempt to board right now. 10 Marines going aboard. No losses. 20 defenders killed. The ship is ours. And I have no tractor beam to immobilize that. Is that a destroyer or frigate? We'll call that done. We'll advance forward and see if we can capture this ship here. Single tractor beam. And we'll use the Not the heavy death ray. Let's use the 2 phasers and the tractor beam. See if we can punch through the shields without destroying the ship outright. We did, but she's not immobilized. That's fine. We'll hit done. We have one more ship to come in. Oh, I should have waited. Let's see if we can capture this one here. I can't rotate onto her, unfortunately. We'll simply hit done. And I will attempt to board the small craft here. No, ship's still mobile. We'll hit done. Smaller craft that are retreating. We'll take a shot at those missiles. We got one. That's not bad. And then everything else firing onto the battle station. Shields are nearly down. Yeah, they are. And we took out 40 defenders. 1 Marine lost out of the 10 Marine boarding party. The station's ours. We'll hit done. No losses to our ships of the line. And we're sending 20 powered suits to the surface. No losses on our part. None were expected. Our generals captured new technology, the gyro destabilizer. Creates a sudden rift in a ship's subspace field, weakens the inertial controls of the ship, spinning in a random direction, inflicting 1 to 4 points of structural damage, times the ship's size class. Range is 15 squares. That's fantastic. A big part of the reason we capture colony after colony is exclusively for the chance to grab technology. And then we have Halai here with a battle station and a missile base. And we have 4 battleships and 1 destroyer. That should be sufficient to get the job done. What is our 4th ship, though? Interesting, a Hawk. Xeno ship. Small amount of experience. Looks like they're a green crew. We'll advance in and fire on the planetary surface with everything we've got. I don't know if we have any more advanced purgers in this. It looks like these are all older ships, but they do have a large assortment of missiles on board, so they should be able to take out those planetary structures. In this case, a single missile base. This is kind of a conglomeration of various Xeno archaic craft. Oh, here's a Purger 1.7. Fantastic. That death ray is doing heavy damage to the planetary surface, thus kind of voiding any necessity for missiles at this point. I'll advance the Hawk in. Most likely the Xenos will target her, but I might retreat that ship out if necessary. And I suppose I could fire the graviton beams onto the battle station, start to work on the shields. With it done. They're not choosing to target the Hawk. Interesting. They're turning into the Dreadwing there, which is fine. If they want to take that ship out, they can. It won't hurt my feelings. Let's see if we can capture the battle station right now. I'm going to wait, have the commander wait for a chance to board that thing. We'll advance in and we'll fire and punch through those shields all together. There we go. Shields are down. So the Pershing 1.4 should be able to capture the battle station easily enough. We'll hit done. We'll advance this ship in. Take a crack at those missiles. We got 1 of them. And I shall ignore the missile alert, advancing the remainder of the way, and then firing onto the planetary surface. That's a good solid shot. 42 points of damage to the structure there. Advancing this ship in. Really not a whole lot to fire at. I guess I could take a quick shot at those missiles. Didn't get any. And then we'll fire onto the planetary surface. Missile base should be down in another turn. And then finally, the small ship. Does she have any PD? She has 4 fusion point defense beams. I'll advance her forward and then fire there. Yeah. Fire there. Yeah, we're not getting anything. And actually, that missile fleet's probably right there. Is probably going to intercept and take that ship out altogether, which is fine. And we are done. We'll board real quickly. Battle station. 10 Marines going aboard. 2 losses. Actually pretty heavy casualties for us, but 40 defenders killed. The battle station's ours, and we'll hit done. That small destroyer is taken out. The missile base is gone. So, single Xenos relic ship lost. Not a problem. We're invading with 16 armored Marines. No losses. None were expected. And the planet is ours. Combat at Juka. No defenses. We'll simply drop in the Marines. They will sweep up the paltry Xeno defenses, wash them away. The planet is ours.
GNN, where the news comes first. The Sakura Empire has fallen and will no longer wield power in the galaxy.
Sniff. I shed Terran tears for all Xenos. Salty. It's good. Alright. Scouts arrive at Juka. At Halai. And at Osiris. That is how you say it. Osiris, yes. And gold deposits are ours, which will help our BC income. Not a problem. We will start annihilating colonists and repurposing them. Automated factory, marine barracks, robo-miner plant. We'll get that missile base. Oh, no. Ah. There we go. Missile base, research lab, spaceport, starbase. We'll hit OK. We have a few planets to tidy up here real quickly. We will annihilate these Xeno scum as well. I already have the auto fac, so marine barracks, missile base. We always need a home for our Marines first. Research lab, spaceport, robotic factory, starbase, and how about an auto lab? I'm actually going to move that robotic factory up beyond the missile base there. Get that built up quicker. We're going to have to start shuffling around some of our colonists as well. I'm not sure how much longer the Xenos can hold out against our onslaught at this point. We're pressing the enemies pretty hard. And our Marines are able to essentially just scythe through them relentlessly at this point. I think we're even overtaking all the Xenos on research at this point. The auto labs have really boosted us up. I think just in recent years we were sitting as low as maybe 500 research, so it's climbed very rapidly. But sure, I guess we should grab some colonists up here. We will sort by population. Is anyone en route to Altair? Well, here we'll pluck away some manufacturing workers, and who else? We have a few freighters surplus right now, but a lot of our colonists are en route to planets as we speak. And I'm sort of just plucking these fellows off willy-nilly, not paying too much attention to travel time. And we'll keep scrolling down. Prick 6 we should have already taken care of. Saxon should be taken care of. Draconis should be taken care of. Juka? Did we get Juka? I cannot remember at this point. Ursula, Pixtrix. We have quite a few empty colonies just sitting there right now. But I'm running out of freighters quickly. All right, let's just sort by production. I want to let Ramad finish that battleship. They've been working hard on that. Let's grab this Persia here at Zoth. They don't need to be fiddling with that too much. And let's get some additional freighters built up. We're going to jump these up into the queue ahead of that Persia and just repurpose some of the modules for that battleship. We'll get some quick freighters done together, thrown together, get some air seals on, and start moving colonists between worlds. We'll advance the turn. Combat at Ravati. Missile base, fighter garrison, ground batteries. That will be significant. But we have 7 ships of the line. We'll have to storm in immediately. Did I just skip the battle? Darn it. Okay, that was my bad. What do we got here? They're attacking us. It's Saxon. This is our colony. No defenses. 1 battleship against our battleship. We won't engage them. We'll see if they come to us. This could be a tough fight for a single battleship. They are proceeding with the attack at Saxon Prime. They laid into the shields pretty well. This is a Persia 1.5, so not the most modern ship we have. The tractor beams, unfortunately, are going to be of small use. However, it should slow the ship somewhat if we can get them engaged. Now, their missile flight is behind us. They have a leader on board. What do we got? How many missiles there? Just 1? We will ignore the missile alert. I'm going to save the PDs for punching through that shield. Here we go. Oh, well, I guess 2 of our point defense weapons fired off regardless. Just take a quick look at the ship. Their leader is greatly bolstering their beam attack, their beam defense, missile evasion. It's all very high. Now they're sporting Zortrium armor with no reinforced hull and no hardened heavy armor. So we have a massive advantage just on the amount of structure we're looking at. 200 and 200 versus our 600 and 600. Shields being equal. It's an uphill battle for them, which is fine by me. We're going to just point blank give them everything we have. Now, they kind of have us outgunned, to be quite honest. And again, we can't board if the ship's not immobilized. So this is sort of a point blank slugfest at this point. But I'm hoping with the tractor beams on them, it should possibly reduce their beam defense and missile evasion, although I'm not seeing that reflected in the stats there. We'll hit done. Ooh. They are tearing into us hard. We will return the favor, giving them everything we've got. Just managing to get through the shields there. Functionally, one of their weapons was able, I'm guessing with a structural analyzer, I didn't notice, target our warp core. Thus, getting around the massive amount of structure and armor our ship had. It should have taken a lot more than that to take out that ship. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that outcome. Saxon Prime is destroyed. Oh, Astro Priests are telling us the Astro University is completed. Using the most advanced teaching methods available, the efficiency of farmers, workers, and scientists are increased. Each receives a +1 bonus when you build the structure on a planet. That's fantastic. And we have officially moved on to the 2750 RP level. So we've got matter energy conversion with transporters, the Cybertronic computer, heightened intelligence or psionics, as well as class 5 shields, Gauss cannon, or the multi-wave EMC jammer. These are all solid options. Now, I want to look at the transporter real quickly. Allows the ship to move Marines to an enemy ship at a range of 12 squares as long as the shield facing the ship is down. Can also be used to drop bombs on a planet up to 12 squares away. That's a technology we want. That's probably our priority technology at this point. Because if we can move away from tractor beams altogether, all we have to do is knock through the shields, close the gap, get our Marines on board. So that is what we're going to research next. Simple choice there for us. Got a missile base completed, spy, new spy, auto lab, cyclotron, another spy, as well as other things. And actually, we should reassign our spies now that the Sakura have been eliminated. But here we go. This planet's producing a massive amount of surplus food, a lot of production with no pollution, and a solid amount of research. Let's get that Astro University built for them, the robotic factory. We'll leave that there for now. Again here, although this isn't a farming world, they have a massive amount of production with no pollution whatsoever. We'll get the robotic factory and the Astro University completed for them. Similar situation here. All of our colonies are in great shape at this point. Let's get the robotic factory, the auto lab, and then the Astro University. These technologies will really push our capabilities over the top. And then at the Ravati fleet, I will engage enemy forces I had meant to attack, but missed it. So they counterattacked. Where did they get us? It's Saxon? Oh, here, Saxon, yeah. They eliminated the colony at Saxon. And I do see an Alkari fleet en route. Just a couple of little destroyers left. That's all that's left of them. So yeah, let's advance that fleet forward. The Calicia. How do you say that? Calicis? All right. The Avenger should have no problem with Admiral Lochnar there. They should be able to take out that colony. And that will be the end of the Alkari. Now, I think we should group together. Well, no, we don't need to group battle fleets. We'll just send them on, smashing them in as hard as we can to these Xeno colonies. Obviously, they'll counterattack to some degrees in their stealth technology, but I'm not going to worry about it too much at this point. And do we have a fleet assembled? Not a Gammas. Just checking real quick. Did we have a rally point set up? Or I guess we diverted for the Avalar fleet composition. That's where our extra ships are at this point. Okay. We want to go to our races tab real quickly. You can see the Sakra spit out all these spies back to us. So let's just dump a massive amount of spies in on both of these Xenos. And actually, let's take the whole amount and put them against the Alkari, since the Alkari will be folding shortly. And we will advance the turn. The Antaran fleet attacks us, the Terrans, at the colony of Avalar 4. They're tearing into our starbase. How much damage did they do? Interesting. Did they bypass the shields completely with those weapons? Let's scan those cruisers real quickly. So, let's take full account here of what we have. We'll see the enemy's disposition. We'll check our own. So, I see interceptors incoming. There's 12 with another 12. Those are going to do some serious damage. Otherwise, I'm assuming the two intruders are identical ships. Beam attacks it into 155. Beam defense at 100. Missile evasion 115. Zentronium armor with 300 structure, 300 armor. No shields to speak of. Not even hardened shields down here. So they have quantum detonators, the damper field, and the multi-wave EMC jammer, which will make our missiles less effective functionally. But they're firing particle beams, heavy, standard. They have neutronium bombs, which will only be useful if they get close to the planet. It's 2 spatial compressors and 3 interceptor wings each of 4 interceptors, obviously. So we'll check the other ship real quickly, make sure they are identical. They seem to be. Scans over, and then if we jump back to our main planet, we have our own missile base and our fighter garrison. We will simply send out... Can our interceptors attack their interceptors? Whoa. Yes. I had never conceived of that before, but you can see our interceptors, 40 of them, are en route to dogfight with this interceptor squadron. I've never tried that before. That's fantastic. Okay. As far as the missile base, did we fire? No, we couldn't target the interceptors anyway, but we could target one of the cruisers. I'm not sure that I want to, though. With that much firepower, it's possible they could destroy one of the ships. We're going to go for an immobilization and boarding action. So we are just going to hold off on those missiles for the time being. We'll call it done. And even here, there's no need to punch through. We just have to get to them. Now, do our Purger 1.7s have tractor beams? They do. Okay. So I'm just simply going to call done on the starbase, and we will advance our ships in. I'll be careful to try not to destroy the ship, and I will call for a wait action. We'll move in. We'll start firing on interceptors. And a tractor beam onto the ship. Oh, no. Hold on. There we go. Tractor beam. No. Dang it. I will call the wait action as well. I will advance this ship in. I will fire on the interceptors. We got one of them, so they're down to 10 there. And I will disable the death rays and just use the tractor beam. The ship is immobilized. Fantastic. We also have to be careful because if we capture one of the ships and the other ship quantum detonates, it could destroy the captured ship. So that's why I don't want to damage them. I want to take them intact. So we will call that done. I'm not going to wait on that ship at all. I'm going to move this ship in. I'll fire on the interceptors. We got 2 of them, and I'm going to ignore the missile alert. I'll rotate the ship. She has no tractor beam. The Purger 1.1 is of no use in this fight, unfortunately. I'll hit done. This is a Purger 1.5. She has 2 tractor beams, but she's essentially around the wrong ship, unfortunately. I will turn off all of her weapons except the tractor beam. We'll start the immobilization process. We only need one more tractor beam on that ship. And of course, we've waited on our multiple ships of the line so the Marines can board any ship available to them. Let's bring in the Purger 1.7. We will, of course, fire on the interceptors. No, we didn't get anything. Okay, that's fine. We'll turn off our weapons, and we will disable that ship. And let's see if we can board from this range. Outer range. Okay, we'll hit done. And we'll bring this ship into here. And we'll take a shot at those interceptors. We got one. Perfect. And we will hit done. And we'll bring this ship in. We'll fire on these interceptors. We got one of them, and we will hit done. We've got more ships coming. A lot of Purgers here. We'll fire on these interceptors. We got one of them. Fantastic. We'll hit done. And then we will commence boarding actions. 10 Marines. This will be a tough fight, no doubt. Quantum detonator. So the shift self-destructed. We did manage to kill all 12 defenders. Of course, our Marines were wiped out when the core went. So unfortunately on that first attempt, our technology to break their encryption and disable the dead man switch failed. They were able to destroy the ship outright. That's unfortunate. Well, all right, we'll hit done. I think we have one more ship ready to board here. And again, we'll try. No. Same result. Those quantum detonators did some serious damage. However, none of our ships have been destroyed outright yet, so we may be able to survive the fight with no losses. We'll hit done. And then combat at Ravati. So this is one we've been waiting on. We're just going to fire everything we have at the planetary surface. A lot of structures to take down. Interesting, we must have taken out the starbase or the battle station in the last fight, which greatly improves our odds here. Actually, let's just go weapons free at this point. I think we should just be able to take them out. Gosh, I would figure our ships would close in. The captains aren't going to get close enough to use the fusion bombs. It's odd, not what I would choose to do, but the heavy death ray should put a pretty good dent in there. And of course, the PD web against those fighters should work reasonably well. Yeah, the fighter squadron's nearly down. We've already chewed through the fighter garrison. Looks like it's completely gone. Here we go. She's turning about, maybe to present the shields to the missiles on the backside there. Interceptors are almost completely wiped out, and they won't get any more since the garrison's been completely destroyed. That was it. Simple enough without that battle station there. We'll invade, dropping 8 Marines to the surface. Well, a couple of tanks, 4 infantry, and 1 brave militia Xeno. No losses, though. And our general has captured new technology, the plasma rifle. The most powerful held weapon, even more so than a phaser. That's impressive. That's one of the small advantages the Darlok had over our ground forces, which were allowing them to get the few kills they were, but now that technology is ours. Increasing the combat rating of militia troops and armor by +30. The bonus is not cumulative with other rifles. So the phase rifles we've had, the phaser rifles will be removed from the ranks, and they'll get the plasma rifles in short order here. So we captured even more technology. Spy completed, supercomputer, another spy, and a recyclotron. We'll hit done. And here we are at Null 2, stock exchange completed. Look at the massive amount of inefficiencies. There's a lot of pollution. That's not great. What do we want to do? Let's just get a pollution processor generated first, then the robotic factory, then the recyclotron. Biosphere, Astro University, atmospheric renewer, and the battle station. That should do it. They'll be at that for a while, but that will really clean up the mess on that planet. Here we are at Gammas Prime. They are in great shape. No complaints here. Let's get the robotic factory, the auto lab, the Astro University. Call them good. And Ramad 3, very small colony. But they seem to be moving along nicely. Let's boost up their production if we can. Robotic factory. Well, let's see. No, automated factory. That must have been destroyed in orbital bombardment. Automated factory. Robotic factory. They have a marine garrison already. They need a gravity generator. I would say the hollow simulator. So these are things that are going to increase the efficiency of the work we're doing there. Then at that point, we're probably going to want to start looking into... We got a missile base. That's great. Research lab, starbase, spaceport. That's a good start. And they will be busy with that for a very long while. So at Ravati, we will start exterminating the Xeno infestation. And we'll need a marine barracks, obviously. Missile base, research lab. Let's get that robotics factory, starbase, hollow simulator, auto lab. Perfect. So we know the Alkari are going to fall here in just a brief month or two, a turn or two. And I guess we can send out the battle fleet at Avalar, which is massive, and start scrubbing off some of these Xeno colonies. Now, they will need a few transports to help with landfall. Do I have any available? Yeah, they've only got one transport there at Ravati. I'm going to leave them there, actually. Well, not leave them. I'm going to send them on to Nazin here. We're just going to brush away the remainder of the Xenos at this point. I don't know that we'll ever quite get that jump gate or Stargate technology that we'd hoped of. We had hints of it, but if we don't reach it, we don't reach it. That's just all there is to it. If I look here, I don't see it anywhere. I don't know how far down the channels it might be in research. We may never achieve it, but let's proceed with our fights. The Darlock fleet attacks the Terrans at Halai. Halai is destroyed outright. And here we are at Kali. Oh, wow, that's a fight. 3 battleships against a battle station, a missile base, and a fighter garrison. Yeah, we'll try and crack that. Interesting. I wonder if we should try and grab that battle station first. Probably not necessary. We'll do the usual. We'll close in, targeting all these missile flights at the planetary surface. They don't have any sort of planetary barrier shields or anything like that that I'm aware of. And of course, we'll capture the battle station just as soon as we can. Now, we're using heavy death rays here on the Purge 1.7s. No missile flights anymore. But you see how effective that heavy death ray is. It's a ruthless weapon. And interesting, no missiles on the old Dreadwing either. It's fascinating. Well, that hit pretty hard. That was good. Hit done. Switch back over. Closing the gap. Incoming missiles will fire, just barely tagging them. We will hit done. We'll advance this fleet in. Firing there. We'll ignore the missile warning. Advancing and taking the shot. It did hit quite hard. Ah, dang it. I did not mean to target that battle station. That is unfortunate. Let's zip into here. We'll fire some PDs on those missiles. We got one of them. And then we'll fire onto the planetary surface, doing a lot of damage. Wow. And we'll zip in here. Fighters inbound. I think we got one of them, and we'll fire onto the surface of the planet. We'll hit done. Ooh, that took out their entire fighter garrison, though, which was pretty effective. We got the missile base, which is perfect, so we can leave the fighter garrison sit now, since they won't be able to launch another wave for several turns. So we'll advance to the battle station, firing everything we have as we try and bring down. I'm not sure if we can survive a full salvo of those missiles, though, so I do want to be careful. I'm going to hit wait. We're going to nudge this ship right up there, firing everything we've got. Shields down. We will board. capturing. We lost 3, but 15 killed. And do we have anything left? Not really, no. Let's get in here and start bombing the planet. Listen, fusion bombs, they help. They get the job done. We'll close in. We'll fire 9 missiles incoming. No hits. And we'll fire on the planet there. We do have to take that fighter garrison out the rest of the way here. And I'll fire onto the planet. Oh, no, they're done. We'll just hit battleship down, battleship down. And I guess at this point, we just go auto. And we'll bomb that fighter garrison. Well, there was some significant losses. We'll invade. We win with no losses. That's not a surprise. And more gold deposits captured at the Kali system. I like that. So, robotic factory finished. A spy. Additional spies. The atmospheric renewer. More spies. And more spies. We'll annihilate these Darlock scum. I'll tell you, they fight underhanded. Constantly sneak attacking us. It's completely dishonorable. It's disgusting, downright. Holo Simulator. Spaceport Starbase, Autolab, there you go. We'll hit OK. I don't think we need any more spies at this point. I don't think we're ever gonna, any of these folks are gonna live long enough for us to spy on them anymore, but we will jump in here. Interestingly, the Alkari still exist. We haven't quite finished them off yet. That being said, there's not enough left of the Kali fleet to do anything. So we're going to leave that purger there, and we'll send the transports on to Zabin when they make landfall. Any other fleets to send forward? Yeah, they're en route. We'll hit turn. Oh boy. 1 transport, 7 battleships, and a handful of different colonies. Well, this will be a good fight all around. Battle station, missile base, ground batteries, and fighter garrison. Fantastic. And how many transports? We have a single transport. Interesting. Well, we'll go against the most abundant world here at Nazin. Closing in as fast as we can. I don't believe they have any sort of planetary defenses here. I'm trying to adjust the view so we can see what kind of damage. Oh yeah, the heavy death rays are tearing in pretty well. I realize if you had enough firepower from orbit in that initial sneak attack, you could potentially take out all the planetary defenses before they ever had a chance to react to you. Keep those fighters from getting off the ground. Keep those initial missile salvos from flying. And we're going to tuck these ships in behind the front line. Seven battleships seem to be just enough, though, to crack defenses like this. Just straight planetary defenses with nothing else. We'll hit done. They're firing, doing a good amount of damage to our ships. We close in. And yeah, let's punch straight through and see if we can get this battle station. Can we board yet? I doubt it. Oh, no, we can. Interesting. 40 defenders killed, 3 losses, but at least the battle station is ours. We can fire on those missiles. Nah, nothing really there to do. We'll hit done. And let's start bringing in the rest of the fleet. We'll fire at everything we can. We got 1 missile there. We'll continue to pound the planetary surface. Bringing them in. I see interceptors on the way. Let's fire on the interceptors. We didn't get anything. Fire at the planet. Perfect. That was the fighter garrison is down. We'll hit done. We'll bring this ship in. Fire point blank on those interceptors. We got 6 of them. That's pretty effective. And I'm not sure what building we're tearing into now. Whether or not it is the... we'll fire on the interceptors. Again, we got 5 more. They're down to 29. I can't tell, though, if we're targeting the ground batteries or the missile base at this point. But it's certainly conceivable we will lose a ship here. I think we got 3 more interceptors. We'll hit done. And here we go. Another point-blank shot. They're down to 17. We got 7 interceptors on that volley. We'll hit done. Oof. Wow, that battleship is taking a pounding. She's got a little bit left in her. I don't honestly know if she'll hold out, but impressive nonetheless. We'll rotate the ship, take a quick shot on those missiles. We got one, and then we'll start bombarding the planet from orbit. Done. Firing there, hitting the planet. I might try and help with those interceptors there if we can. Firing, and we got 5 more. There's only 12 interceptors left. That's good. We'll hit done. We'll fire again. 7 interceptors left. We got 5 of them that time. Perfect. And we'll advance in. We'll hit done. Can I target this fella? Let's see. I'm going to rotate the ship ever so slightly to try and bring them into our firing arc. There we go. It's down to 2 interceptors. We'll rotate back. We'll fire onto the planet. Missile base is gone. That should help us out quite a bit. And we'll fire one more time. No interceptors remaining. And we'll close the gap all the way to the planet. Rotating fire on her. And I actually have some point defense left. We got 2 of the 12 missiles coming out of that flight. And we'll continue bombarding the surface. We'll jump this guy into here. We'll fire everything we have on those missiles. We got 1 of them that time. Ooh, that was a big hit. We'll hit done. Wow. That ship is still intact. This should be it. We should be able to take out the remaining ground battery. There are no other missiles left in flight. So we'll just go weapons free. Take out the surface. No battleships lost, although it was a close thing. That was quite a tough fight. We'll invade with our remaining 4 power suits. Ooh, there's a fight. That's the closest any Xeno has ever come to resisting us. They didn't come very close. We've captured more technology. The megafluxers. Conduit and... Conduct and magnify energy transmission in less space, giving a ship more space for equipment. Increases the amount of equipment it can carry by 25%. Megafluxers are used automatically on all ships once acquired. So what that means is that every single ship we have out there now has 25% more space. It just means more weaponry we can pack on there. Reality is, we need to refit at this point to a 1.7A potentially, because the technology on the ship doesn't need to change. We just get more of it. And then here's another surprise: ground batteries. Ground installation that contains 300 space units of heavy mount and point defense versions of the best available beam weapons, which in this case for us would be the Death Ray, I think. 2 more technologies grabbed. That's fantastic. In combat at Kakata, well, let's see. They have a battleship in orbit against R6 battleships, a battle station, a missile base, and a fighter garrison. Let's go for it. I'm getting the feeling that the Darlock have very little left in the way of a void craft, so their navy's all but gone at this point. We'll hit done. And we are firing everything onto the planet as normal. We will then try and capture the battleship, and we will then board and take over the battle station. The standard doctrine for our space navy. It'll be interesting to see if that battleship hangs in the fight here. They really don't have any sort of chance. We've got the old Dreadwing hanging back. The auto repair units get that ship fixed up pretty well between fights. They've always got a month or so of travel time to repair, refit every ship. Is it done? What are they tearing into right there? That is the Persia 1.7. It's a durable ship, so they have a heck of a time knocking it all the way down. I can get closer. Yeah, there we go. Let's punch through the shields with everything we've got. Shields down. I will board now. No sense in letting that... Wow, that's a tough fight. 40 defenders killed. We lost 6 Marines. That's not insignificant. And we can't quite bomb the surface of the planet. But we will come in, and we are going to start... Well, let's fire PDs there. And yeah, let's capture the ship. It's got a leader on it as well, so I'd love to take them out of the fight. I'm going to have them take the wait action. Get this ship in, firing. Fire everything. Oh. Dang, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. Can I advance the ship? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, missile alert. Here we go. I'm assuming they're firing missile volleys with emissions guidance, possibly. They're taking out the drives, but that should only immobilize our ship, not completely destroy it. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there at this point, quite honestly. We got 3 interceptors. Fighter garrison's gone, so we're down to the missile base alone. No interceptors tagged. And we'll hit done. We'll fire again. Oh, no, we just waited on that ship there. So, and let's go weapons free at this point. We'll hit auto. They'll start bombing the planet from orbit. All they got to do is take out that missile base. And we'll see if the, what is it, the Dreadwing? Yeah, I can't hold up to those fighters. And we'll invade with 16 power suits. Not a single loss. Of course, we have the plasma rifles now, if I'm not mistaken. So our generals have captured even more technology. The cloning center allows doctors to replace failing or damaged organs, increasing the population growth by plus 100k each turn as long as the current population is below the planetary maximum. That's a significant amount of growth rate. The Darlak fleet attacked the Terran colony at Osiris Prime. Osiris Prime is undefended and is completely destroyed. Scouts arrive at the Katata system. Oh, what just happened? What was that? Robotic factory. There was some sort of engagement there. I don't know if they took us on or not. I'm just going to move on to a design on the Persia 1.7. We will make this the alpha. And you can see here that we have 73 space available. So, that being said, what can we squeeze in there? We could get an entire another death ray. Is that what we want? We don't need the tractor beam anymore. Do we need to add a teleporter? Hold on. Troop pods, double the Marines on board. We don't need that. Security station, scout lab, reflector, range master, lightning, inertial stabilizer. Heavy armor. We don't have heavy armor on this ship? We will take heavy armor. Okay. Putting her back up to heavy armor, reinforced hull, structural analyzer, battle scanner, battle pods, augmented engines. The tractor beam, though, is gone. We no longer need it because we have transporters. Let's just make sure that's not a special weapon. Hold on. Spatial compressor, tractor beam, assault shuttles. Yeah, it's not. So theoretically, we can send our Marines from a distance away. We'll hit accept. So we're down to... I don't think we need fusion bombs any longer either. I think with the death ray, it's so effective at planetary bombardment that we will go no weapon. So we're down to just a handful of weapons here. The death ray, point defense phasers. Let's look at our point defense phasers real quick. Point defense, forward extension. We'll hit accept. And let's up that a little bit. I'm just surprised we're having so much trouble destroying and targeting enemy weapons. I guess maybe because our computer technology has fallen behind. But if you look down here, we have the battle scanner, which gives us a plus 50% to hit with beam weapons. We should be able to target those. Yeah, interesting. Okay, that being said, let's just look at the phaser real quick. Oh, look at that. Here we go. No, not the mass driver, the phaser. We only have the heavy mount option. Okay, we'll hit accept there. So I could see plucking away and just doing 2 heavy mount death rays at this point, because they hit a lot harder. It's functionally like 5 phasers put together. Let's do that. Let's pluck off 1 phaser and add an extra death ray, and then add an extra point defense. So we're up to 7 point defense phasers. We've added heavy armor. We have 2 heavy death rays now, and just a standard heavy mount phaser. A little backup. We'll hit build, and we'll get that Purger 1.7A in the queue. We'll hit done. We'll hit turn. They just completed their Purge 1.7. What do we need? A robotic factory, Astro University. I'm not even going to worry about ground battery production because, honestly, the Xenos aren't attacking our main colonies to any degree. And yeah, we'll annihilate the rest of the Alkari here, I believe. That was the last of them. We're going to change this over to Marine Barracks, Missile Base, Robotic Factory, Astro University, Starbase, Stock Exchange, and Pollution Processor. We'll hit OK. We were building spies here on Rigel 2. We don't need spies anymore. Let's get the Robotic Factory, the Astro University. That should do it for them. Purge 1.7 completed at Terra Prime. Let's get the Astro University, and then let's just get a Purge 1.7 in there. I wonder if we're going to need more troop transports. Maybe we should get some more troop transports generated as well. But the Robotic Factory, Gravity Generator, Autolab, Astro University, we'll hit OK. Hit Return. And we will annihilate the Xeno scum. It's interesting, the Darlock are kind of taking it upon themselves to wipe out their own units as they see fit. Kind of saving us the trouble of having to eliminate them ourselves. There we go. But okay. Who's left? Geez, not much. We're fighting through this nebula to get to the rest of the Alkari here. Can this strike group effectively hit in down to here? Possibly. We might want to group up a strike group or two. They're down to a single battleship there. They're fighting hard at Nazin, and they're out of troop transports. Let's send 2 troop transports to Nazin, because that's where a big part of the fight is. And the remainder of this group will move on to Quayal. We'll see if they can punch through there. And then let's move the defending battleship at Kali onto Nazin, so we can kind of upgrade that attack force a little bit. And who else do we have? You know, more than we need, I would say, at this point. Let's form up another battle group at Ursula. We're going to pull all these rear guard battleships in. There's quite a few left in the fleet, but we might as well pull them together at this point. Obviously, if the Darlock want to counterattack, they are certainly welcome to, but I don't think it's going to be real effective for them. And we'll pull in the final battle group at Thugon here as we pull all remaining fleets together. It's possible they could counterattack at Orion. I wouldn't like that, but I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they are. Oh, here we go. We were assembling a battle group to go at Quayal here. There we go. That should work. Turn. Combat at Zabin, a missile base against 9 battleships. Wow. We'll go weapons free. We'll take this out and we'll probably destroy the colony with orbital bombardment. We don't have any Marines available to land. I think this will be it. The pocket dimension should be completely ours after this. We'll bombard. There's nothing left. Select combat at Nazin. We have the 7 battleships, no Marines to speak of. Let's take out the smaller Nazin colony here. They're eliminated. Combat at Quayal, battle station missile base. Let's jump in here, start taking out that planet. At this point, the Xenos are outmatched technologically speaking, and their production base is completely routed. Their fleets are completely destroyed. Now, bear in mind, they started coming in using stealth tactics against us, hit-and-run tactics on our colonies, taking them out well before we ever attacked them. So they really brought this upon themselves. I don't think this fight should be too tough, though, since we should be able to capture the battle station very quickly here. No fighter garrison, no ground batteries to help defend. We'll hit done. Oh yeah, that's a hit. They have extremely powerful weaponry. They just can't outproduce us, which is a problem for them. You can see there, we're just barely able to even punch through those shields in the first place, but wow, that was a tough fight. Look at that. We killed 40 of theirs, but they killed 9 of ours. We barely took the battle station, but we did take it. And we'll hit, well, let's just go weapons free at this point. This is it. It'll just be a question of whether or not they can take out one of our ships of the line. They could. Wow. There you go. And we will invade with 4 power suits. Again, just trying to grab a technology if we can. We didn't, but we got the food replicator from our Astrotechs. Let's see. Alter the molecular structure of inorganic material to create edible food. Having a facility in a colony allows you to convert 2 units of production energy into 1 unit of food as needed by the colony. So it's essentially on-demand food production. And then as well, the transporter, which we already talked about. Okay, that's fantastic. What else is there? Geez, the Cybertronic computer should theoretically allow us to target more accurately off of our ships. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Although at this point, I don't know that any Xenos will survive long enough. But sure, we'll try for that. It'll just help with targeting quite a bit. Scouts arrive at the Quellal system. Scouts arrive at the Zubin system. And then we lost a spy against the Alkari. We trained a new spy, another new spy, completed an Astro University, completed an atmosphere renewer and a robo miner plant, among other things. We will annihilate the colonists. Marine barracks, missile base, research lab, spaceport, robotic factory. We'll get the whole suite there. And we are on Rotan 2. It's nearly a perfect colony, almost no pollution. I will simply... Actually, we need transports, don't we? So let's just load that up. Might as well have more than enough Marines floating around. We've been using them up quickly. So Avalar Prime, small colony, but in very good shape. Let's get the robotic factory, the recyclotron, battle station, atmospheric renewer, and how about a weather controller? That looks perfect. Spy completed. I think we're done with spies at this point. So robotic factory, Astro University, Berger, sure, there you go. Again, we don't need spies done here, so a robotic factory, Astro University, and the Persia 1.7. We'll hit turn. Wow, it's all just fallen together at this point, isn't it? There's just a couple of Xenos left out there. We'll hit turn. The Darlok attack us at Quail Prime. Quail Prime is destroyed. And here we are, combat at Naz, 8 battleships. We brought in that extra battleship because this is kind of the full suite for them. Minus any Voidcraft, obviously. I think they're down to just, what, maybe 3 planets under their control at this point? It's getting pretty grim for them, which is the way I like it. Grim for the enemy. They will get those fighters off. I could definitely foresee us losing a ship of the line in this fight with the amount of firepower they're going to be bringing at us. We have a lot of damage we have to deal to that planet to take out those 3 structures. And that is a battle station, not a starbase. Looks like they had time to upgrade all of their orbital structures to battle stations at this point. This might be the last significant fight before all the Xenos are completely eliminated. I'm assuming that's going to be the fighter garrison. It's nearly down at this point. We will advance in. We will fire point blank. Can we board? It looks like there's a bit of shield left. No, we can board. Okay. 7 losses, but we did take out the 40 defenders. And we'll hit done. And we'll start advancing all of our ships in here. Actually, can we go weapons free? Yeah, let's go weapons free at this point. Taking out that fighter fleet. As I'm sure the fighter garrison has been eliminated, so that'll be the last of them. Drop in bombs from orbit. The fusion bombs from orbit don't seem to be doing a whole lot right now. The heavy death ray seems to be much more effective. See if they take out... Oh, she survived. Interesting. So at this point, I doubt they'll even get a single kill. They don't. We'll send 8 power suits to the surface to clean up this mess. No losses. So Marine Barracks completed, robotic factory, recyclotron, another robotic factory, among other things. We'll change this over to an Astro University and then a Purger, sure. We'll hit OK. We will annihilate the colonists, absolutely. Marine Barracks, Missile Base, Robotic Factory, Starbase, Stock Exchange, Astro University, and not a ground battery, Holo Simulator. Okay, we'll hit return. We're on Tau 3. They're looking very good here. Robotic Factory, Astro University, Auto Lab. Is that okay? Robotic Factory, Auto Lab, Astro University. Fantastic. These are great structures that really increase the overall output. Is the fleet at Ursula ready to move on? Yeah, we could advance them forward at this point. We'll take the fleet at Nazin, move them on as well, and then we'll have this fleet attack at Zack. This, and heck, and yeah, there you go. This should be it here, folks. Darlock attack us at Nazin 5. They just don't quite destroy the entire colony, but they destroy a lot of structure and people. It's kind of sad in their last gasp. That's all they've got. Let's just go weapons free here. We'll let them free fight this. That's a large enough fleet to where I don't think it's going to matter. We might be able to take out the fighter garrison completely before they even get anything off the ground. Although, to be fair, some of those ships are quite old. We'll just let the commanders have their day. And that is a big fleet. 13 ships altogether. There you go. Fighter garrison... that was the missile battery. Destroyed before they ever got a shot off. That's really going to help us out quite a bit. Raid on the battle station. So they're already trying to take the battle station with Marines right now. Raid on the battle station again. Surprised it's held up at all. I'm not sure what's happening. Are those assault shuttles maybe going in? Yeah, that must be assault shuttles. Couple of different fighter squadrons heading out, but they're divided up, so I don't think they'll be very efficacious in those smaller groups. Ooh, they are pounding us with that battle station. Defender boat. How is it? They have a lot of Marines on that ship. There we go. Starbase captured. I don't think we took any losses. And we will invade. No Marines lost in the planetary invasion. And nothing to capture as far as technology goes. Here we go. What do we have? 13 battleships against Dauphin. So we essentially sent in 2 massive fleets. That ship's probably... yeah, it's immobilized already. Not that it'll matter. Looks like they're just going to shoot it out of the sky. No ground battery there on the planet. They've got a fighter garrison and a missile base. There we go. Battleships down. I don't know if they're going to stand off from the planet at this point, or if they're going to try and rush in there and capture that battle station. It's their call. They have more than enough firepower to get this done. questionable whether we'll even lose a single ship in the fight. The odds are so heavily in our favor at this point. They're firing on the fighters already. And they are launching raids on the battle station. Again, I assume with assault shuttles. Or they're sending small contingents of Marines over time, possibly. Missile bases down on the planet. I don't really think they need to worry about the fighter garrison, to be quite honest, because they're not going to get another flight off soon enough to make a difference. So they should really be focusing on that battle station. There you go. Missiles impacting the planetary surface by accident at this point. There's nothing left there. Wow. Ship captured. That's it. No losses. We'll invade with four power suits. Oh, we're actually outnumbered pretty handily here. No losses. No surprise. Wow, that was effective. And we're still capturing old technology. Fast missile rack. This goes way back. Allow a missile to fire 2 volleys of missiles in one turn. Will only fire 1 per turn after that, unless the ship takes 1 full turn without firing missiles to reload. Interesting. And an emissions guidance system. 2 technologies. Track the warp signature of a vehicle. If the missiles penetrate the shields, all damage is applied to the ship's drive, bypassing any armor. Requires 4 times the space and costs 4 times more than a regular missile. It's extremely expensive. And here we are at Kalisis. Kalilis. 1 starbase. 2 destroyers. Yeah. Here we go. This is the Alkari, folks. We'll control this all the way in. Oh, shit. There's nothing on the planet. That was mean. We'll just hit... just... There's nothing on the planet. We'll hit done. We'll hit done. Hit done. Geez, actually, are we going to be able to mobilize these ships? Do we have a tractor beam on the Persia 1.4? Oh, gosh. Did the Avenger just free fire? Did I give the command for the Avenger to fire? What just happened? I literally don't know what just happened. All right, let's punch through the shields. And we'll board the starbase. No losses. 20 defenders killed. That was odd. I think Captain Lochnar just took the initiative there. Took out those cruisers. I didn't do anything. The final Akari are eliminated. No losses. The Darlock fleet attacks us at Draconis 2. They do some damage, but they don't manage to destroy the colony.
The power of the ancients is now yours to command. You have crushed all opposition beneath your heel. You rule the greatest empire in living history. Its soldiers' bravery at your command. Your army is undefeatable. Your fleets patrol the skies of every planet and galaxy. This galaxy. But other challenges await the master of Orion.
Victory is ours. Whew, no Xenos left. What difficulty do we play this on? Does it tell us? It doesn't tell us. You know, maybe it will when we pop out of here. I'm hoping we played that on hard mode. I know it wasn't impossible, but took quite a few turns. We got a lot of pops captured. Well, we eliminated so many pops. Well done. Sulse's out. And let's see where we came in. It was hard mode. Good. I wanted to make sure. I don't really have any impossibles on here. We have Chut. We played through a couple Chuts with the deep mines. Not a bad score. And on hard mode, that started out extremely difficult. We were at such a disadvantage initially, having no production, no research, just Marines. We won that with Marines. We won it handily. And once it got rolling, the Marines were so effective at capturing ships disabling star bases. There was nothing the Xenos could throw against us. I had never taken an approach that hard into Marines ground combat ever in all the years I played the game. That was impressive. And the question then remains: what happens to Solsei Zat and the Terrans stuck in their pocket dimension? And I think it's going to have to remain a mystery. There is the chance that through continued research, they could find a Stargate to punch through and find their way to fight the Terrans or find their way back to the main galaxy. But at the same time, because the Terrans lack the creativity in their own sense and are so reliant on reverse engineering ancient technologies or capturing xenotechnologies, they may never get what they need. Now, I would have to assume that the Terran fleets continue to harass them and that the Terran Marines will try relentlessly again and again to capture an Terran ship intact. And at that point, I'm sure they would gain knowledge to pierce through the pocket dimensions boundaries, get at the Terrans, and potentially reunite their small fragment of humanity back with the main whole of the Imperium. But I think we're just going to have to leave it up to our imaginations for now. It is an open book, and their fate is not fully decided. Anyone who joined me on that journey of pretty hardcore roleplay and sci-fi, just a really good look into Master of Orion 2, I appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun role-playing with folks and just joking around in the comments section. It's been extremely satisfying for me. I can honestly say that. We are going to take a break from New 2 for the time being. We are playing Gal Civ 4 currently, which is a relatively new game to me, and I'm sure it's a new game to many of you. So I'd encourage you to join me over there. We're doing a tutorial phase right now. It's not a roleplay phase. But once that tutorial playthrough is done with a lot of explanation, we will probably generate a custom race, maybe get into a bit of roleplay. I don't know if it's going to be the 40k Terrans, but we might put it to a community poll. Kind of try and do something that satisfies everyone. So if you watched, thank you so much. Take care.